So this is a mini episode. Rosemary got home, had not heard the news about Donald Trump recently bad-mouthing the troops, and had not heard that he rushed out to have a press conference. So we wanted to talk about it. Begin mini episode. Well, here we are.
First tweet of the day says, "This story isn't going away, is it?"
First tweet of the day. So we figured we'd jump in because there's like a Category 4 shitstorm over Trump and his alleged military comments. And until and they're unnamed sources at this point. So until somebody comes out, I'll hang the alleged moniker on it. But apparently he doesn't have a lot of high regard for soldiers. This is kind of old news, I think, but the confirmation of it, I think, is what's gaining traction. But he calls soldiers, like he called John McCain. He called him a loser for getting captured, and he likes the guys that don't get captured. Well, apparently behind the scenes, going back to the anniversary of, was it D-Day?
Yeah.
When they were going to visit the graves of all the soldiers who helped liberate Europe from Nazi Germany in World War II, is that Trump said, he doesn't want to go because those guys, well, I'm paraphrasing, but that he wasn't really interested because those were the guys that got killed who, in his mind, aren't the better. In other words, there's some defect in them that they got killed. Like if they were hotshot soldiers, they would have not died.
He straight up called them losers and suckers. Okay, that's just not okay.
So, and as for the sucker part, John Kelly, when he was then chief of staff, they were visiting Arlington in the area of John Kelly's son, who's a serviceman that died. And Trump shook his head and said, I don't get it. I don't get it that these guys are suckers for joining the military.
Yeah, he said, what's in it for them?
What's in it for them, right? And of course, that's the Freudian slip of he doesn't do anything that doesn't
benefit him.
Doesn't benefit him. So anyway, he ran out and had this wacky press conference, and I don't know if you caught any of that.
Because this happened while I was out shopping with my mom. I came home and Phil said, "Oh my God, they're like actually trying to do damage control over this." And they never do that. They
normally he just
kind of,
it's a hoax, fake news.
And I also want to mention that Rachel Maddow had gone back, I think it was last night, and replayed a clip of Mary Trump on her show, who had said that her uncle told her that Donald Trump, the suggestion of joining the military, he was told by his father that he would be disowned if he joined the military, and he therefore turned around and told Don Jr., "You will be disowned." Because I guess he was thinking about joining the military.
The old man,
according to Mary Trump,
figures only idiots join the military, right?
Yeah, only idiots join the military. Mm-hmm.
Only people who give service to something without probably getting something back.
Yeah. Never mind the great sacrifice that we all have had. I mean, I don't even know anyone who doesn't have family that served in the military in some capacity or another.
Yeah, no, my grandfather was a lieutenant on a ship.
And my mom, all three of her brothers served in the military and fought in World War II.
World War II. I mean, we're talking about
My dad was even in the Naval Reserves, and he hit that sweet spot in age where he was never quite old enough to go to any wars, but he still served in the Navy, And he was in the reserve.
And we're talking about World War II. I mean, if there was ever a action, to save the world from Hitler and Nazi Germany, and let's not forget concentration camps, et cetera, so on.
Yeah.
I guess he just doesn't get it. So anyway, he came out, gave this rambling, kind of typical last minute press conference. And of course he said it's fake news and he was banging on Biden. But the part that was interesting is he really kind of, went at John Kelly's knees too, questioning his, like he does everybody, his mental faculties and his stamina. And this guy's a Marine Corps general. So, I mean, the impression I have as an American is that if you're a Marine Corps general, I'm thinking of Colonel Jessup from A Few Good Men, but that you, until they put you in the grave, you're as hardy a specimen as they come, right?
You're probably in pretty good shape, I would think. You know?
Probably pretty good with handling stress.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. That's probably why he lasted as long as he did, you know.
Well, Trump's like, he couldn't handle it.
Oh, was that what he was saying?
Oh, yeah.
So this is all news to me. I'm hearing this for the first time.
So you missed the press conference.
Yeah.
And in fact, I only got some little quick notification on my phone. And so I quickly jumped on and I was listening to it. And I thought I might have caught it late, but apparently it was pretty short. Yeah, but he just ripped John Kelly up and down. And
I've never met that guy before. He can't handle it. And I've never met him before.
John Kelly who?
What? I was never walking around Arlington Cemetery, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. And of course he denies all of it. But this, you know, I mean, a lot of stuff, you know, slides right off him. And this one seems to have, you know, they seem to have cut him with this story because it's sourced by, I guess, 11 different sources have confirmed these comments saying that dead servicemen are suckers. And
well, and you had said earlier that even Fox News corroborated it. And I just saw on Twitter that it did. And then I also saw that Melania Trump is tweeting out that it's all a lie and the story is not true. And it's
they
just
rolled her
sad
out
when people believe it. Yeah. So it's
a big shitstorm.
It seems like it. Yeah. They don't usually try to, well, you know.
I mean, in the traditional Trump news cycle too, it's probably not even the worst news of the day. Also, Trump was asked about the Russian, what do you want to call opposition leader, the Russian opposition leader politically in Russia about his poisoning. And Trump goes, well, you know, he did his typical Russia apology that nobody really knows. And they don't know if he was poisoned or not, or, you know, maybe he got some bad food. And and this is after he's being treated.
There's a lot of bad food going around Russia.
Right. And this is after he's being treated in Germany. And NATO has come out and said that he was poisoned. And Germany Merkel has come out and said that Russia poisoned him. That they're
and she said that she expects help from NATO allies. And of course, we're like not in that anymore, I guess.
And I guess Putin and him are texting each other, you know.
Yeah, I heard someone on the radio today saying he talks to Putin all the time. Talks to him all the time. Is that true? That's shocking.
When did that become cool to like, because you and we grew up like in Red Dawn, you know, with C. Thomas Howell and Patrick Swayze. And
eye roll. Yeah,
Martin Sheen,
totally, yeah.
Where the Russians were parachuting into our high schools, you know?
Crud. Yeah, I remember they're jumping in the pickup truck and like trying to get away. That's something else.
Right?
Yeah.
All their parents got locked up. And I was a teenager then.
Can I talk about just one thing to go back to the whole Trump thing? I just wanted to get your thoughts on Trump's political capital. Is he running out of it? Has he spent it? Like, you know, he says stuff like this all the time. He said John McCain was, you know, I like people that weren't captured, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he ripped them up and down.
So why is it suddenly sticking? Why are they so worried? Why are they doing damage control this time?
Yeah, it's weird that he runs out and has a press conference, especially on Friday. Friday being the slowest part
of the story.
Well, see, I mean, that's the thing, right? Because Friday's the slowest thing in the news cycle. And so I think an expert would say, and we're not experts, we're lightweights, but I think an expert would say you just leave it alone on a Friday afternoon and let it just fade off into the weekend.
So why is Melania on Twitter right now?
Especially a Labor Day weekend, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Everybody will forget about it by Monday.
Because Monday, your regular news cycle is broken because everybody's eating hot dogs and potato salad. So,
well, yeah. And I mean, that's the question. Are they drawing more attention to it by actually, you know?
I think you had it right the first time. There's probably more to the story.
And they're trying to
This includes things like him canceling or not canceling, just stopping visits to Dover. Okay, so is anybody saying anything about it on Twitter? You're my Twitter expert.
Well, here is Noah Schachman. And he's tweeted a copy of the Daily Beast article. Trump's defenders, he doesn't hate the troops. He's just an asshole. So that's how they're going to try to spin it.
Oh, that's their...
That he's just a jerk.
Their talking
yeah,
point?
you know, making excuses for him. That's their talking point. I mean,
It's Trump being Trump.
It sounds funny, but it's not. That's not funny. It's not. I mean, that's awful.
I mean, I immediately
asshole.
go to like Band of Brothers, you know?
Oh, I know.
And Bastogne, right?
Yeah. Good night, honey. Good night. Glad we're not in Bastogne. Just glad I'm not in Bastogne. Boy, that was like terrible.
Well, on that note, we just wanted to jump in, cover that story real quick. Anything else to add, Ron?
Well, if there's any more developments, we'll definitely be wanting to talk about that. So let's see if this sticks.
I hope Kelly decides to defend himself, you know?
Yeah, that's something.
I mean, the funny thing is, so just the last piece on John Kelly is Trump is now saying that he thinks it's John Kelly bad-mouthing him, right? Mm-hmm. And when Kelly was asked about the story, he didn't say anything. He didn't say it's not true. He didn't say it's true. He just said, no comment.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much, I think in the real world means it's true, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So,
you know, do you have...
but you know what? We're not talking about the president trying to get people to commit a felony and vote twice. At least we're not talking about that now.
I know, we'll have to do that tomorrow. So anyway, if you made it this far, thank you. Right, Ron?
Thank you very much.
Are you going to say goodbye?
I'm going to say bye.
Again, we really appreciate you listening. If you could, subscribe or like us on iTunes. Until next time.